and you're very magnetic. This is giving me kind of like Empress energy, divine feminine energy, because in this deck we have the gardener and the garden. The gardener does the work, plants the seeds. That's more the masculine energy. And then the garden is the manifestation of the work that you have put into something. So the garden is not the fruition, like something coming to fruition. So she's just chilling, laying there on that hill, enjoying her abundance. So I just feel like that's kind of your energy. You're just very abundant and sexy and magnetic and beautiful, and just like genuinely, I think that your energy is attractive. Like men really are drawn to your loving, caring, empathic, and empathetic and compassionate, nurturing, caring side. But then we also have this dance with life energy here. So I kind of am sensing that you're kind of a free spirit. You kind of go with the flow. You like you're evolved. Like I feel like you are an awakened, conscious, aware person, human being who is more elevated and higher vibrational. Like you're not like everybody else, right? Like you don't live life like everybody else. You go against the grain, you go against the norm, you found your own truth, you follow your soul, you live true to your intuition, very intuitive, maybe even psychic. And that's like this energy about you that maybe they can't understand, but they really are drawn to it. Like they're drawn to that sexiness that you ooze because of, I feel like you're just so confident in yourself because you are so sure of yourself, you know yourself, you are on this path of self-discovery, so you're very self-aware and you're conscious and you're not like ignorant, you know. You're not about like little drama and conflict and bullshit. Like you are just you live in the vibration of love and not fear, and because of that, you're able to dance with life. You're able to flow with life. You co-create with the universe. You feel this connection with the universe. So, I mean, enlightenment coming out for you very much tells me that you have reached some level of enlightenment. You know, I'm not saying that you're totally always in the light, but that you do definitely, you have done a lot of shadow work. You have done a lot of, like, you've gone through a personal transformation to where you live more like aligned with your higher self and with your truth, and you do try to see things from a higher perspective. So probably when you meet these men or even the people that you date, they just recognize this purity to you, this light energy, this radiance, yes. um Men love how in tune you are. Like even if they're not intuitive themselves, I feel like they pick up on like you get people, like you get them, like they're about to say something and you kind of like read their mind and then you say it, or you sense their energy and you act accordingly. Like you have this like very gentle, calm, healer vibe to you and energy to you. Like you kind of know things, like you're very in tune with the energy realm. And this is just very intriguing and mysterious to a lot of the men around you. Like they just find you very mysterious. Like who is this person? What are they about? How are they like this? How do they function like this? It's so sexy. It's so radiant. It's so magnetic. It's just like really the true divine feminine is what I'm getting from you. Like you have this divine feminine energy that they are really drawn to. I do see with the Two of Swords here, there's a little bit of guardedness, like a little bit of blockage energy, I guess. Like this is the card of being blocked. And so I just feel like, okay, so what do men love about you? I feel like they sense your confidence. Like with this masculine coming out, it's like you have a good balance between the masculine and the feminine. Because I am getting obviously like a lot of feminine energy coming through, but you're not like a pushover. You're not just like anyone can just walk over you, Mother Teresa, and do everything for everybody. Like you're very powerful and empowered and confident. And you do have that masculine energy to you to where you are very ambitious and very, like success oriented, because we have bird sign coming out, so you could definitely be an earth sign. You also Chorus energy here, and also Virgo and Capricorn. But or you can just be very focused on your material um success and like your career, and you're very driven to make money and to have wealth and be prosperous and just to have a good life, you know, live a life of luxury. You probably dress really nice, wear really nice clothes, um You probably smell really good, you look good, you take care of yourself, like you take care of your body, and you're also very in tune with nature. So I feel like men really love that about you, that you love to be outdoors. You're not like scared to go get your hands dirty or your feet dirty. You know, you're one with the earth. Like I am getting like this hippie vibe a little bit, where you do love nature and to connect with nature, maybe walk around barefoot, you know, so you're all about that. And especially like with the garden, she's just like laying and taking it in. You love nature, you love looking at the night sky. There's like all the stars here and the stars here. So like they love how natural you are and how like I'm not sensing that you're like a girly girl where like, oh my god, I have to like do my nails and like look pretty all the time and put on my makeup and wear my fancy bag and not move. You're like, no, I look good and I can dress up cute and yeah, I take care of myself. Yeah, I pay my nails, I do my hair, whatever. But I also get down and I also get dirty probably in the bedroom too. But you know, like in life, like you're not afraid to do boy type of things and like adventures and things like that. And so you are very comfortable in your masculine energy. You're very powerful, very ambitious, goal oriented. And you might come off a little bit scary to some men, a little intimidating because of that energy. Like you don't put up with bullshit. You definitely have boundaries, and you don't really live in fear. There's a lot of masculine energy coming through actually because we have the Knight of Wands as well, and then we also have the Hierophant. So I definitely feel like with the Hierophant that these men sense that you are on a different level. Like you could very well be a teacher, a spiritual teacher, some sort of a guru, a master at something. Like that's what the Hierophant is. Be in a position of power or leadership, or like a boss or manager or an entrepreneur even. Very, very ambitious, very passionate, goal oriented. And I just feel like men are really attracted to that. Um, but also kind of like scared by it. You do appear to be very confident, but also very empathetic. So there is this, not that those are opposites by any means, but I am getting like this very like masculine, empowered, strong, confident, don't fuck with me like energy from you, but then also very like nurturing, loving, caring, um gentle energy as well. You know, like I said, like you have a pretty good balance between the two. And I think that men really, really are like sexually attracted to you with the Knight of Wands coming out and the Page of Wands coming out. I think that you you're really like alluring to men, and they find you very physically attractive, they're very passionate about you. Your energy is attractive, you know, it's very passionate, lively, excited. Maybe you kind of seem like the type of person who is a little bit unattainable or unreachable. um like they can't get to you just because like with the Two of Pentacles here, she's got her back turned to this guy and he's just trying to like approach like creepy style, and she's not interested and she's just looking out the window, like too busy almost for this guy. So this is maybe like how guys perception of you is like you're busy doing your thing, looking all good, and then like almost like they feel creepy, like creeping up on you because you don't even give them the time of day. But and then with the Two of Swords, like I don't want to fuck with her. So you know she's got her swords there. She's got the wolf. She's just climbed that mountain in a tank top, so she cold does not affect her, and she just seems like a badass bitch. So I just and then with the Knight of Wands too, this guy is kind of like and not the most, maybe you're kind of like a bachelorette or something, just living your life and not wanting to settle down with anybody. Um, so maybe you are, maybe you're married, with the Hierophant, but it just seems like you're unattainable in some way. Like you don't really want to entertain these men who are in your life. Um, or maybe you're just like dating, um, just kind of like doing the dating thing or whatever. Like applying to how it resonates. But the point is that these men are really, really like attracted like physically and sexually to you, and they really do want to conquer you, I guess. um they just see you as really, really powerful, and they almost feel maybe like less than you, like not good enough for you, because we have the Page and the Knight. So I just kind of feel like maybe a lot of people who are attracted to you could be younger men, could be younger fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Um, or maybe that's your energy. Okay, so we have beauty marks. So if you do have a beauty mark somewhere, like a prominent birthmark or beauty mark on your body, your face, your wherever, they like that. Or if you have like many of them, they definitely like that on your body. It makes you unique. It gives you an added unique touch. We also have Black, African, or Caribbean. So if you are darker skinned, like actually like this girl looks like here, they really, really like that. Beautiful eyes. So men think that you have beautiful eyes. And we also have Native American, Indigenous, or mixed. So these are just like for ethnicities. So they like the guys really like your ethnicity. So maybe you are like some from a different place, like you're maybe you look exotic or foreign. Cause like if I look at her, green eyes, yeah. Like green eyes. Like you know how like if you have like darker skin but like light eyes is like a super sexy and like exotic trait to have and like she kind of looks like that. So maybe you like obviously this won't resonate with all of you, but I feel like whoever if you do fall into that category, men definitely like that like exoticness to you or that foreign look of like, they're different. You seem to be very, very in tune with yourself. You know who you are. You're like conscious, you're higher level. Not about bullshit. Look foreign. They like that you're foreign. Told you. So you could even be from a different country if you're not like, that exotic looking person. You're just a normal girl or normal guy or whatever. Maybe you could be from like a different place, different country, than where you live now, or there's something unique about your background that men are really drawn to, clean and put together. So yeah, you take care of yourself. You put yourself together. You style your hair. You look good. You smell good. You look classy. Like you take care of yourself and you're clean. You're hygienic. Um, and they love that about you. With the higher thing here, I'm also getting that they love how sensual you are, and maybe you're a really good cook, so they really like that, like how the food that you cook, and just like how in tune you are with your body as well, um and also how romantic you are and sensual and sexual and it put in like a very sensual way. So probably men really enjoy like when you guys are in the bedroom together. I feel like they think first of all it's really fun, like when you guys are doing the thing, like it's just a good time in the bedroom because I feel that you're very open to exploring new things. Like with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, you're very adventurous and wild, and spontaneous, and you probably aren't boring. Like you'll do it here, you'll do it there, like let's try this, let's try that. You're kind of open to anything, not anything, but sure you have boundaries. um but yeah, you're pretty open to things, and you're not and yeah, like you're just very um just like, yeah, I don't know what other word than romantic. Like you're fun. There's like aliveness and excitement, and there's like a wild side to you, but it's like with class. It's classy. It's like luxurious. Like you like, I don't know. There's you're an interesting person because I just feel like you have like many different sides to you. That's probably because you're just authentic and you're true to yourself. And when you truly start to discover who you are, you start to discover that actually you're many things. And you could be like a dual sign or like a mutable sign, like a Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, or something like that. But I just feel like you do have a very useful nature, very fiery nature, and they love that about you. And you are very versatile and adaptable. And like, because you have discovered like who you are, like deep down inside, like all those different sides to you, that like, oh well, sometimes this side comes out and sometimes this side comes out and sometimes this side comes out. And you integrate all of you. Like you don't just show one side. Like you have sides that you've maybe hidden away for a long time, and now you've brought them to the surface, to the light, right? So you live in the light. And so all those shadow aspects that you used to be like ashamed of maybe or thought it was taboo, now, it lives in the light and you sort of like integrate them into your being. Like it is now the wholeness of who you are. So like that makes you a very unique person. Like you do this, you do that, also this, like very dynamic. We also have blue eyes, so I just feel like the beautiful eyes. I just feel like men love your eyes. They're beautiful, no matter what color they are. We have blue and green here, obviously, but men just really are drawn to your eyes. And maybe that's not even color. Maybe that could be like the way you look at them, the stare that you have. Maybe when they talk to you, you actually look into their eyes and you give them the presence that, like, you give them attention, and they feel like you're present when they talk, and they find this really sexy. Um, and not even sexy, but just very comforting that you're actually there and listening, because you do have like this more like healing, compassionate energy. So it's not like you're distracted, you're on your phone, you're looking around, but you're genuinely there and listening. And then also, there's something about your eyes that are very just like seductive and alluring. Like you kind of lure them in with like your stare, like you could give them that one look and then they'll kind of know that like it's on. You have that, and they like that. They also like your boots for sure. Um, they I feel like men really love how like free flowing you are, how just like carefree you are, just especially in the bedroom, you just like let it all go. Maybe you do become very submissive and they can just like take you. Um, they like your backside and your chest area. We have muscular and built, so I feel like they like your body. Like if you are toned, your earth, like you go to the gym or whatever, they like what you're doing. They like your body. We have facial hair. This is normally for like my soulmate readings, so obviously but this could apply to you if you're a guy watching this inquiring about men. Then they like your facial hair. If you're a woman, they really like your eyebrows. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what people are into. And then colorful hair. So they like your hair, and maybe you do have colorful hair. We do have red hair here, but maybe you do have like more crazy hairstyle or something, because you are coming off a little bit wild and free spirited. So maybe you got something wild going on with your hair, and they just truly really love that. And then I don't know how this made its way to our physical characteristic style, but they find you very loving, and they love that about you. Um, I feel like you definitely have a very calm energy about you, very patient, very thoughtful, earthy. Again, with the Seven of Pentacles, you might love to garden, with the garden coming out, and this girl's gardening here, or that's kind of like the card of it. Maybe you have like a green thumb, and maybe your house, you have like a lot of plants, and they really are thriving and growing, and you just know how, because you just have like such like a loving, nurturing energy, and I genuinely do sense that you're just like one with everything. And so naturally, like any plant that you have is going to grow abundantly and happily because you probably water it and sing to them and talk to them and say, I love you. Maybe not that much, but like you kind of look at a plant and you're like, yeah, you're my homie. Like, I love you. Like, I want to take care of you. Let me give you some water. Let me tie you up and not tie you up everywhere. Oh, what's happening? Okay. Yeah, just like you take care, you nurture your plants. And you put fertilizer, whatever. So I just feel like you are very connected to nature, and they really like that. And it's also like that sensual Taurus energy too. Like you just like really are good with, like, maybe you eat organic or you're like really healthy as well. But you just have this like very gentle, calm energy too, but also like very fiery. And also you have like this bad pearl boy whatever vibe to you, to where like you don't put up with crap. So I told you, you're just a very dynamic person. They never know what they're gonna get. I feel like you are quite mysterious. You're very free spirited, just like higher level, different. You're different. Like you're not like people that they know. You're not like people that they've ever met, girls that they've ever met, or guys. Like when men see you or get like close to you, or like have like the ability to like talk to you a little bit, like one on one or whatever, they start to sense that you're unique, you're different, you're maybe a little bit strange, foreign. Um, it's and that's why maybe foreign came out. It's like you do have this like authenticity to you. You know, you could be an Aquarius too, where you're just not afraid to just be weird, be yourself. But they love that, like, because it's so refreshing. It's so different. It's like, whoa, there's a person who's real, cool. Let's go. Yeah. So you're just very genuine. So yeah, that is your reading. We have the Queen of Cups at the bottom. So yeah, definitely I feel like men really love how loving and nurturing you are. They definitely look at you as like a person that they would want to wife up, you know, or like get in a relationship with. Like they would like you would really take care of them. You know, so they don't only look at you as somebody that they just want to like because you are very sexy in that kind of way, but they also look at you as like, wow, this she would actually like make a really good wife or mother or a partner, you know, because she seems to be very, very loving and caring, and but she's also strong and independent and empowered, and it's like the perfect woman, like literally. But the garden, like with the Empress energy, like you are a lot of men's dream girl, and that's like what they think of you when they meet you. Like, wow, that's my dream girl, or wow, she's like ideal, like you meet some sort of ideal for a lot of men, like their ideal woman, like what they or person that they would imagine to be like this perfect partner. You come around and you kind of like almost fit that mold, like you kind of fit that idea for them, you know, whether or not it like it works out or like there's actually a connection, you know, that's like you find that out later. But like immediately when they meet you, you fit into this box of like, oh yeah, that person checks all my boxes. You know, that's you to men. So I mean, if that resonates, that's really, really cool. That's a beautiful energy to be in. You've definitely obviously done a lot of work on yourself, and you're on this beautiful, beautiful journey of transformation and enlightenment and living in the light and spreading the light, and men are feeling your light and they love you. So just keep doing your thing, and you're awesome. Okay, so that is your reading, pile one. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. Sophie chose this desert rose. This is going to be a reading about what do men love about you the most. So this is obviously if you're interested in men, and if you're a woman or a feminine who is interested in the masculine or men, just to keep it simple for the reading. Yeah, so we're going to see what they find the most attractive about you. So we have our first oracle cards. We'll be pulling some more tarot cards and some other like physical descriptions and personality traits as well. So for your first card, we have community. Then we have freedom. Then we have serendipity. And then we have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Okay, so first of all, like the men who are attracted to you, like in this particular reading at this particular time that is being like highlighted, is most likely people from your community. So people that you know from a certain place or community. So this could be like your workplace community, like the fitness center or the gym or whatever you frequent. It could be from there, or it could be like a class that you're taking or school, or something like that, or it could be like an online community if you do have like a presence or whatever. So this is from some sort of a community that you're involved in, and I feel like it has something to do with transformation, because we have like these little butterflies here. And then we have the rainbow, and we also have the card of transformation. So this could be something to do with transformation or a community where people transform either physically or mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in some way. So that's just one thing. But okay, so what men love about you of the most, I think there's definitely something to do with your energy here, with freedom and serendipity. So I feel like you have this very free spirited, like I live life, you know, I go with the flow and I live life according to my own like soul and my truth, and I live true to my like I go for my dreams, like just this very like free spirited nature to you, kind of like the fool. in the tarot. You know, you kind of just like trust your intuition, you trust the journey, you're sort of like connected to life, and you don't have to be like a super spiritual person, but you could just be like more free spirited. You could definitely be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, especially Sagittarius, just like a free spirit at heart. Like you just are so adventurous, unspontaneous, and you just love to try new things, love to take risks, and you have a very exciting energy. Like you're not boring. Men really love how adventurous and maybe even a little crazy you are and out of the box you are. They love that. And then with serendipity, I feel like there's this element to you, like when men like meet you or you start dating them or you are in a relationship with them, there's a lot of like synchronicities and serendipity. Like you meet men in a very like serendipitous way, or maybe they view you as somebody that like they were aligned with in a very like, you know, coincidental way, you know, like kind of like the universe, like what are the chances of like this happening, like destiny. Like they feel like the way that they like met you or found you or came into contact with you was a very like serendipitous event, guided by like a higher force or like a higher power, you know. So maybe they would like randomly run into you and be like, oh my god, what are the chances of this, you know. So you have this energy where, I don't know, maybe you do meet a lot of men in that kind of serendipitous way. Um, through like different communities that you frequent or something. I don't know. Um, and then there is this, let me just see what else with serendipity. Serendipity also gives me a like, you know, again, like destiny vibes, like it's part of destiny that like you meet these men. So maybe a lot of men who are around you, who see you, maybe like have a very strong like connection with you or like a deeper connection, like a soul sort of connection. Like maybe they feel like you guys are soulmates or like you guys have known each other before or like in a past life, or they feel just like unexplainably really close to you. And that could be because you guys are actually part of like you guys are like a soul family or something with this community card here. Or it could just be because you give off this vibe where um I don't know, your energy is just very like approachable, I guess, and just you make people feel very comfortable and they feel very like you're familiar to them and you're very relatable. And so they kind of feel like you could be part of their like soul family or something, or like their soulmate, even though you're not. You just like give that vibe off. And then we also have transformation. So I just feel like this kind of reminds me of the death card in the tarot, which is Scorpio energy. I feel like you have this depth and this mystery too that men are really attracted to. Um, I think men definitely sense that you've gone through something. Like maybe there is a little bit of sadness or heartbreak energy. Not that you are sad or anything like that, but maybe they sense that you've been through some hardships in life and some challenges, and that like your life hasn't been easy. Either they sense it or they get to know this about you when you talk to them or whatever, and they sense wisdom from you. Like when you talk, like there's wisdom, um there's just like this higher knowledge that you speak from a place of experience, and the things that come out of your mouth are all very deep and higher level and like intellectual, that they really are attracted to and drawn to because they can tell that you've been through some things and that you're not like this free spirit just blindly, but it's like you've transformed to become that free spirit that you are, because maybe you did used to live in like, you know, entrapped in your own like negative thinking or toxic traits, or just living according to like societal standards or whatever, and then you kind of like freed yourself, and they sense this like element of transformation and depth to you with a lot of mystery as well. You also come off as very intense sometimes, and they are also intrigued by that. So let's pull some tarot cards about what do men love about file track. What do men love about private jet? Anything. Physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. Sexual. What do men love about pile 2? We have the Tower, the Hierophant. This came out in pile 1 as well. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So there is similar energy-ish to pile 1 as well. She might also resonate with that. But you that would shake up people's world. Like, I think you're the type of person who is very blunt and straightforward. Definitely with like that Sagittarius energy. Like you kind of just like say how it is. You don't bullshit. You don't mess around. You're all about the truth. Like I feel like you are a truth seeker, and you kind of maybe disturb people's lives a little bit or disrupt their illusion or their comfort zone. You kind of shake up their world through your higher knowledge and wisdom with the Hierophant. Because I do feel like you have some sort of higher level something, a knowing. It could just be literally just wisdom that you've learned through your life experiences, like I was saying, through this transformation energy, which has definitely freed you. And maybe you do help the community in some way. So maybe men are really attracted to like, maybe you are like a leader or a teacher or some sort of a spiritual mentor or counselor or something like that, where you are in charge of like a group or a community and you help them. Maybe you help them transform, or maybe it has nothing to do with that. But I think men are really attracted to your power and your sense of like authority, and how you are like the boss, like you're in charge. And maybe if you're not like actually the boss in your job, I feel like you have this, maybe that's just your role that you play among your friends or among your community. um or it's just like the energy that you have, like you just have that like leadership vibe to you. And you definitely do come in hot, like with the Knight of Swords in the Tower. I just feel like you definitely don't like, you're very like expressive and talkative and communicative. You're a very good communicator. But it could be very harsh sometimes, maybe a little insensitive and cold. But it's only because you're all about the truth. Like you don't really have time for like sugarcoating things, and like making it seem so nice so that people, don't get their feelings hurt. You're like, look, this is the path to freedom. Like, this is what you need to hear. And that's just what it is, Sorry that you can't handle that type of attitude. And it kind of like definitely like shakes up people's world, like men. And they're like, whoa, but like they're attracted to it. It's definitely scary, but they're attracted to it. Um, yeah, definitely similar to pile 1. Although pile 1 was, I'm getting more like, um, more direct, blunt, straightforward, less nurturing energy here. Whereas pile 1 did have that like balance between it. I'm getting more masculine energy. Um, just very like confident and empowered. What else do men like about pile 2? The Hanged Man. They love your legs, that's for damn sure. And they like you when you're submissive. They like you when you're not in control. So this is more like in the bedroom. I feel like men really like to dominate you and to take control over you, because you do have like this very empowered masculine energy in the real world, where like you are a little bit like, straight to the point and like direct, and it could be a little bit intimidating. I think in the bedroom, when they finally have you there, they're like, oh, yes, she's finally like calmed down and she's not going to hurt me. Let me tie her up, actually, because the Hanged Man, right? Like he's hanging upside down from a tree. So, like, she's just tied, like, kind of just like surrendered. Really, her hands are tied. She's totally submissive, totally surrendered, totally vulnerable and naked, and then this guy can now explore and do what he wants with her. So I feel like they definitely they really love it when you are a little bit vulnerable, and this could be definitely in the bedroom, but even outside of the bedroom, I think it is very like endearing for them to see when you are a little bit more receptive and in your feminine energy, instead of just like always so masculine. And the high priestess, yeah, exactly. They love your feminine side. Like they really, really do like that more sensitive, nurturing, loving side to you. But I have a feeling that you don't show that side often. Like maybe you do have a little bit of like a facade that you put on that like I'm strong, like I'm rough, tough, like don't mess with me type of attitude. Maybe it is like a protection device for you, and you are a little bit like you can't tell people off, like and tell them where to go when you need to do that, and it is a little bit disruptive and very like masculine, right? But I actually feel like men really, really love it when they get a glimpse into your more feminine and sensitive side. Like they really they like the other side to you as well. But like they really enjoy what's underneath that, like the more sensitive emotional side to you. Like with the high priestess, like this is like a highly intuitive person. Just this is both Pisces energy actually. So I think they really, really love the divine feminine, like in you. Um, and yeah, just when you are a little bit more surrendered and receptive and not so in charge and in control of situations, when you can just let things go and let them be and let them take control. The men like it when you give them the control, when they can feel like they're taking care of you. Because, like, you're so strong and you're so independent and self sufficient and self reliant that I feel like you don't really need men to take care of you. Like, you've got it going on. Like, you don't need that. But then they feel useless. And then they're like, well, what is my purpose here? Like, what can I do? Um, and so whenever they do sense that feminine energy in you, now they're like, oh, now I can like step into my masculine and protect them or take care of them or open the door for them. And like they know that you don't need it, but it's still just like something that makes them feel good and important and valuable and like they have something to offer and to give. That's just like masculine energy. Yeah. I do feel like you're a little bit of a heartbreaker. And maybe you have broken people's hearts in the past because you have the Eight of Cups here at the bottom, which is like moving away from relationships or something that just is no longer fulfilling you. Like it's not a horrible situation, but it's not exactly up to par with what you want. And so you move away towards your own happiness and fulfillment. And then the Three of Swords is like obviously the heartbreak card. And so I feel like maybe you do cause a little bit of pain and heartache to men. Because maybe like there's just a lot of drama and conflict and competition and jealousy with these men that you date. They're very like maybe possessive, or they try to possess you or control you, or there's like a lot of like just ego, and you're like, I'm not about that. Like I want to be free. Yeah, maybe because you want to be free, and you maybe like you don't like to be in relationships. Obviously, like this whole reading, I'm assuming that you're single, and I guess I should look at it from the perspective of like if you're in a relationship, you could definitely be in a relationship, but still, this isn't about like if you're single or not. It's just like what men like about you, whether or not you're taken, and you have this energy to where like you don't really settle easily with people, and you don't give in easily, and you don't like allow people into your life easily. Um, because you're all about your own freedom and like transformation. And anyone who messes with that freedom and tries to shake up your world, you just kind of like put an end to that. That's why like men really, really love it when you do are a little bit more sensitive, because then they can now like yeah, they can connect with you now and like on a heart level instead of just like I don't know, talking to your walls kind of. Um They definitely like your boobs though, and your legs. Like men really like your legs. You have really nice legs, and like your chest. Like this girl is just looks like the same position sort of, and like again, she just laid out completely surrendered. Like take me type of energy. They really like it when you surrender to them. So let's see what personality traits men love about you the most. So what do men like about group two the most? Whoa, that is a little bit too many cards. Yeah, I do see feminine though. So they like your femininity. Yeah, maybe you embody more of the masculine energy and you don't integrate as much your feminine side. Because maybe you've been hurt in the past with the Three of Swords, right? Like maybe you've gotten your heart broken and you're like, nope, I gotta have my guard up. I gotta be a strong, independent person. Like, no. And so maybe like that's hard for you. And so they really like it. Um, and like, yeah, maybe you have like a hard time incorporating that and embodying that energy. But when you do, like, they really do like you. They like your like more calm nature, stubborn. We do have Taurus energy here, which tends to be very stubborn. So, and then we also have boastful, psychic, intuitive, structured, organized, smart, and intelligent. So, okay, men definitely do like your, like, I know it sounds so weird, but like your masculine energy, I guess. Like they do like that you like stand your ground, like you don't really give in, like you are very confident in yourself and you're not shy about like communicating that, maybe and like you are very like controlled and structured and organized and smart and intelligent and logical and intellectual and all of that, like very mental person. Like they do like that about you, but then there's also this other side to you that you don't show that often because like we have mainly like all of that like masculine energy and then we have this like calm and psychic intuitive just twice. So I feel like you don't show that side too often, but they definitely like that side to you as well. Like they wish they could maybe like see more of that side. Okay, yeah, we have emotional and sensitive. So they definitely like how when you are being sensitive and showing your emotions, they really like that. And they like how adventurous you are and how charming you are. So yeah, with this just free spirited energy, you do you're very spontaneous and you're willing to try new things. You're rebellious, so you don't really follow the crowd. They really like that about you. And you are quite charming. So let's see what physical nice legs. Look, they just looked over. They definitely like your legs. You have, whether you think of yourself as having nice legs or not, or whatever, that they just love your legs. Like men generally are attracted to your legs. Um, okay, what else do men love about Hierophile? And yeah, like I said, like you could absolutely be in a relationship, and we're just reading like still like that men like Fascio. Full lips, so they like your lips. They like that you're natural. Um, yeah, however that resonates, whatever that means for you. Maybe you don't wear makeup, or maybe you just do your hair in a very natural way. Um, they think you have a nice ass. Yeah, so men love your ass and your eyes, hazel eyes. Whoever has hazel eyes out there, or just your eyes, period. Like they think that they're beautiful. We have athletic. So you could be really good at sports or like play sports, or your body's just very like athletic looking or like muscular. We also have strong. So yeah, definitely they think that you're strong, and that could also be like mentally as well. You're just a very strong person, very like empowered, and like you have this um leadership type of energy to you. This just very powerful. But also physically, like you're strong. And also like maybe you have been through a lot of things, and men definitely sense that, and they think that what you have been through is and that you've over the things that you've overcome in life are just like makes you a really, really strong person, and they really admire that in you. And physically I think that they really just think you're strong. And maybe even if you're small, like if you're just a smaller framed person, maybe you can like lift some heavy things and you're actually stronger than you look, you know and they wouldn't expect that from you because you are maybe like smaller or thinner or whatever, or you are actually strong and you look strong. Take that how it resonates. Okay, so we have full figured and curvy. So the small petite thing didn't really apply there, but this is a general reading, so you could be either one. Well, they definitely like your curves. So that could be your ass that they like, your legs, your frame, if you got a little meat on you, they like that. And light skin, so they like your skin. They think it glows. And then distinct voice at the bottom. So whatever kind of voice you have, I feel like men really are drawn to your voice, or they think your voice is really sexy. And whether you think your voice is sexy or not doesn't matter. I think that men think that your voice is sexy. Or maybe you know how to sing really well. Or they just like to hear you talk. They like to watch those full lips move. Okay, so let me pull one more card and just do a final message of what do men love about pile two. We have the Queen of Wands, of course we do. Everything. I mean, honestly, we didn't really, I guess, talk too much about sexual like stuff, because I don't know, it was more about your energy and your personality. But here we go. I think that men are super sexually attracted to you. Yes, the Queen of Wands, like this is about passion, fire, excitement, aliveness. So they love that energy about you, that fiery energy. That's that Sagittarius. Energy, or Leo, Aries, whatever. I'm very just like you say it how it is, very blunt, powerful, independent, self-sufficient. You could be an entrepreneur or just like a leader in some way, or like you have that boss energy, like they love that. But like physically, they just think that you are so damn sexy and dynamic, and just like physically beautiful and attractive. And you have this energy about you where I think a lot of people are attracted to you, and a lot of men. um yeah, I feel like men find you seductive and alluring and just very like sexy and sexual, like you are probably very flirtatious and just like suggestive with like the things that you say, or you know how to like be very charming, right? And like flirt, yeah, you're very charming. You know how to seduce them, and lure them in and attract them. Yeah, your energy and your vibe and your physical appearance is just very attractive to men. So they definitely want to do things to sexually and physically. I mean, they really, really like you in that way. Okay, so that is what I have for you, pile two. That is what men love about you. I hope that resonated with you and that you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, pile three. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose this white geode, this is going to be a reading about what do men love about you the most. So obviously, this is if you're interested in men, and this is more directed towards women or feminine energies who are interested in men romantically or sexually. So we're gonna see what men love about you the most, why they're so attracted to you. It could be physically, mentally, your personality, like whatever wants to come out. So we have our first oracle cards, and we'll be pulling some tarot and some other like physical traits and personality traits as well. Okay. So we have flexibility. Immediately get a sexual message on that one. Then we have manifestation. We have regret. And we have the great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Um, so with flexibility coming out, like the first message that came to me was that they really, really like how flexible you are. Maybe you do yoga, maybe you're like a yogi or something, you're just like really flexible. And like good with your body, you know how to bend in all sorts of different positions. But I feel like when it comes to like the bedroom, they really like all the moves that you have, or just like how flexible you are, how like your legs can go in all different directions, and your body can morph into whatever shape it wants to, which makes for a really good sexual experience. So yes. But I also feel like as far as like who you are as a person, men really love how flexible you are, how easygoing you are, how chill you are, like just how like I don't know, versatile, adaptable, like you kind of aren't like stubborn and stuck and very just like this is how it is and this is how it's gonna be. You're just very like free flowing. So they definitely like that about you. And also with this tiger on there, you definitely have like this power, like this sense of like empowerment and just something like that. And then with also the number eight, that is like a very powerful energy, very abundant too. The eight in numerology represents like leadership, being like an executive, just very like materially abundant and successful in life. So maybe you dress really well, you dress really um like stylish, fashionable, like you put yourself together well, like you know how to carry yourself. You're very like classy and they really like that. And with manifestation coming out, um, they also have regret. I feel like a lot of you're one of those types of people who like a lot of men have like regrets over, like with the men that you date and like it doesn't end up working out with them. I feel like they tend to generally have regrets about like what they did and like that they screwed up and they missed this opportunity with you. Like I feel like you feel like a missed opportunity to a lot of men. Um and then with the great gathering, like the soul tribe energy, I just feel like a lot of these people, maybe that's like what we're picking up on here. The men who are attracted to you, we're talking, I think, maybe specifically about people who you have had relationships with, who were your like partners or part of your soul tribe. Um, it's kind of like what they love about you the most. We'll try to keep it general though, but that's like also coming through as like the people that are were your soulmates and like your karmic partners and just like those people that you were involved with. Um, And I think a lot of people have regrets because I think later on after they date you, they realize like how you were maybe even their soulmate or like their true love or that this could have actually like been really great, but they fucked up in some way and now they have regrets over like what they did. Um or like how it turned out, you know? And like with this flexibility, it's like this changeable energy. So maybe you're the type of person who is about, and yeah, with the aid, that is about like karma. So maybe you're the type of person who doesn't spend too much time in a relationship. If like you know it's not working for you, you kind of move on to the next one. um and so you are just very like flexible and like maybe in a way untainable to them. But with manifestation, I feel like you're a very high vibrational person and like you know how to manifest. Like you're very like your energy is in full alignment with that of manifestation, right? Like you can get what you want. And how can you do that is through surrendering and through being in that vibration, in that good, pure energy. So I just feel like you kind of have like this careless, like I don't really give a damn attitude. Like if you're not in my level or in my vibration, like I'm leaving, like I'm out, bye. And then you go and then they have these regrets that like, damn, I should have done more for them, whatever. Um but yeah, there is something here about like task partners and like the people it didn't work out with and how they have like regrets and they see you as such like a beautiful abundant in this abundant energy and such a beautiful soul, beautiful person, and also very physically attractive as well. I think a lot of men love your hair, just the way that it flows, just how you style it, and like how just like in tune you are with yourself. And I think like maybe later they realize they're like, oh my god, like that was my soulmate. um and these could be like karmic partners from your past. So what else is group three? Do men find attractive about group three? What do they love about group three? We have judgment. We have the two of swords. We have death. Okay, so these are such similar energies in all the piles, like definitely. So that's just the thing. But like two of swords also came out. So As far as what men love about you, we have Judgment, the Two of Swords, and Death. Like, I kind of do feel like you're the type of person who puts an end to things. Like, you bring things, like, you are all about change and transformation with like flexibility and like the Death card. And you're the type of person who, if something is not serving you or it's not aligned with your vibration or it's not aligned with like your goals or like what you want, you sort of just like you end it so that you can move forward more, just like higher level. And men really like that, or at least like your people from your past like it. Maybe people who you have ended, like people who you have ended relationships with, who want maybe a second chance with you. Maybe these men want a second chance with you, but you're like two swords, blocked off energy, not having it. What do men like about love a right root three? We have temperance and the world. Whoa, we have like basically all major arcanas here. I think that men really think that you have this very like powerful energy, just very strong and powerful and almost intimidating as well. That was kind of coming out in almost, I think, all the files actually. Um, okay, they might like your feet. Men might really like your feet or your legs, like your calves. And definitely your naked body. Like men love your naked body. Like, yeah. And your boobies and your ass in their face. Uh, so definitely I'm getting red hair. Like there's a lot of red. So if you do have red hair, like they like that, or if it's not red, then they just really like your hair. They like your hair down when you wear it down and it's just like wavy and it flows like very freely. They really like that. Um I think they think that you're a very passionate person. You ooze sexuality, you ooze like seduction. Um but you also have this very like patient, tempered energy. But there is like a lot of karma here. Like that's just going to like the world card, it's karma, and then with death being Scorpio, like eighth house energy is just like shit you have to deal with. And we have the number 8 here. We have judgment, which is about like um just like letting things that no longer serve you, leaving, like it's like you're an ego death almost, because you're moving into this whole new energy of like only bringing forth like what is aligned with your soul. It's a very higher path that you're embarking on, so it's like the death of those things. And the Two of Swords, like here she just looks like she's not letting her fear stop her, like she's protecting herself. She is like she has her boundaries, but she's not letting fear guide her. She is letting her intuition guide her. Um, and it's just like very independent energy too. I think men really love your independence and just like the path that you're on. So if you are on this spiritual journey or just like self-love, self-development journey, like they definitely sense that about you, that you do love yourself, like you are taking care of yourself. You're happy, like you're finding happiness within. Like there's a lot of like healing energy coming from you, and that you are like with the world like unattainable in some way. um I just want to like figure out what this like karma energy is here. Maybe like there are a lot of people who are attracted to you. Maybe you attract a lot of like karmic partners, honestly, with like soul tribe. Like a lot of people who are drawn to you, they sense that you can, like, obviously the karmic partners, like you have some stuff to work out with them in this lifetime, but even if it's not like that, it's like people sense that you can help them in some way, like help them heal in some way. So maybe you do attract like more toxic people to you. um that are on your level. And so that's why yeah, like that's kind of what I'm getting is like you have this like healing energy, like this tempered, like very calm, like vibe to you, where you do have potential to like through your own energy or whatever, like to heal people in some way. Um, and you're very good at it and you are very like and I feel like these men put you on a pedestal, right? And they want your energy, like they want like what you have, they want you to help them, and this could be all subconscious or whatever. And then maybe you do give them a chance, like a second chance, right? With judgments, you give them a second chance, or they fuck up, and then you give them another chance, whatever. And then it like you start to realize that these people are not like aligned with you, like these people are not your actual soulmates or true love or whatever. Like these men are actually just like people who need you for some reason for their own, like their soul craves what you have to give, but they don't realize that. And these men might live in a lot of fear. They might be dealing with a lot of that kind of stuff, like a lot of self-doubt and insecurity and just a lot of ego, and there could be a lot of conflict in these relationships. And they definitely love your free flowing energy and how flexible you are. They maybe even envy you or look up to you, put you on a pedestal, see you as the world, see you as everything. But you're too good for them, to be honest with you. And so then you sort of end these relationships because they are all karmic in nature and toxic and they're not really on your level. And then these people always end up having regrets that, like, damn, like, I can't have her. Like, I wish I could, but I can't. And like, you become a dream to them, like a fantasy to them because they're not at your level. Like they have a lot of learning to do and they could be very possessive and jealous of you as well. Yeah, just a lot of fighting and stuff in the relationship. So what else can you tell me about what men love about mile three? We have the Queen of Pentacles. You don't settle. You are very independent and self-sufficient, and you are focusing on your career. You're very goal oriented, very stable financially, physically. um, yeah, you're just very abundant too. Like you probably have money, or I guess guys might think that you have money. You live a life of luxury, or it looks that's like that's how you project yourself out into the world. And they see you as like wife material. Like they see you as somebody that they want to be in a relationship with because you do seem secure and stable and loyal and trustworthy and caring and nurturing and loving. And you seem like you can do it all, just very abundant. Um, but I feel like you are the type of person who doesn't like settle. Like you really do know your worth and your value, and you're okay being on your own, like until somebody real comes along. The High Priestess, you're just very, very powerful and very intuitive, very mysterious. I think men find you very mysterious and like they can't exactly figure you out. If you are spiritual, like if you do practice tarot or like any sort of witchy kind of stuff, I think that like they actually like that about you. Maybe you seem very traditional on the surface. Um so maybe you do have two sides to you where like you have this one side where it's like very traditional and um yeah, maybe more like conventional and more focused on the physical aspects of life, like building your wealth, your success, your career, whatever. But then there's this whole other side to you that's like very spiritual and ethereal and mysterious and mystical. Um, and even like taboo. And they, they try to like reconcile those two sides to you. I'm like, how does that go together? Um, from the Six of Wands, so you could definitely be successful in some way. And maybe a lot of people do look up to you or you're very popular in some way. Um I feel like a lot of men have their eyes on you. Like there's a lot of men around you And I just want to know, like, who are these men? I didn't really ask this for like any other piles, but who are these men who have like who are attracted to pile three? The lovers. They're all your lovers. Okay, yeah. So they're all your like past relationships or people who want to be in a relationship with you. Your soulmates. They are your soulmates. Like a lot of them could be like karmic, partners or whatever. But if you think about it, anyone who we really have a relationship with is a soulmate on some level. Could be a temporary person in your life, a longer term partner, somebody here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So there's all different types of soulmates. And I just feel like the people that have their eye on you are these people who are potential for like relationships. Like they have love for you. These men have love for you. Um They could also be like your siblings' friends as well, if that applies. Like if you do have like any brothers or a brother and their friends like might really like you or have a crush on you. Um Maybe it is people who you are talking to now. Maybe you are in communication with some guys, or maybe it could be like people you had sex with, like sexual relations with. Like I don't know. I am sensing like some past energy, like people. If this isn't necessary, or like I'm not saying that men who you haven't been with are like they're not attracted to you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that in this specific reading, for some reason, you needed to be told that some men from your past are like it's their energy showing up. Like what they like about you the most is like, it's just, yeah. They feel like you're unattainable to them and they have regrets over losing it. And there's many of them. What else do men love about hierarchy? And they want like a second chance with. Okay, so we have intellectual, outgoing, air sign. So air sign. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Gemini also came out here. So you could be just a very social person, very outgoing, very smart, intelligent. You know how to have like intellectual conversations. I think that you stimulate a lot of men's minds. You make them think. You're not boring. You're not stupid. You're a very good communicator, I think. You're pretty direct and straightforward, and you kind of say how it is. You're weird and unique. They like that you're a little bit quirky, street smart, common sense. Yeah, you're just like you know what's out. Mysterious. Yeah, you are. Men find you very mysterious and they love that about you. Guarded. You could be guarded. You're very classy. Maybe these men think that you're guarded because like they want a second chance or something and you're not giving it to them. So they find you to be guarded. But maybe, well, this is about like what they find um like sexy about you. So maybe they like that you're hard to get. And they like that you are loyal and experienced. And then we also balance, definitely with temperance. And then we have affectionate and witty. So you are funny. They like that you're funny. You're an affectionate person. Oh, let's see what physical traits they like about you. What physical trait men like about Hio Free? We have piercings. So if you do have piercings, they like that. They like the jewelry that you wear. Um, Nose piercing, whatever kind of piercing. They like that. Check that apply to you. They like that you're good with your hands. So they think you're very skilled. Take that how it resonates. They think you have a nice ass. They like your behind, your booty. Broad shoulders, so you could have broad shoulders and they like that. Yeah, we have accessories, jewelry. So with the piercings and the jewelry, I think they really like how you accessorize and how you dress yourself up using jewelry. Um, Same age. So maybe a lot of men who are attracted to you are like the same age as you. Um, or if it's not the same age as you, it's people who will look the same age as you. So let's say you're like 30, but you look 22, then a lot of the younger men would be attracted to you. Like people who look your age are attracted to you. Um, oh, and then we also have older. Okay, so, or older people. So either older men or men who are like the same age as you are prominently like who are attracted to you. Maybe people also like that you're older. So like maybe they think that you're really mature and you seem older than your age. Or even if you guys are like the same age, you seem older because you're more experienced and more mature and they like that. So in that way you could attract younger people than you. They like the color that your hair is light. They think it shines really nicely. And then we also have younger. Okay, cool. So we have all the ages. So I just think all people like you. Like whether and they could have facial hair, the people that like you. Because I'm assuming if you're a woman, you don't have facial hair. Maybe they like your eyebrows, but that's it. Well, I guess your hair. um, But same age, younger and older, I just feeling like no matter if they are younger than you or older than you or the same age as you, like all sorts of ages are attracted to you and like you. It doesn't matter like the age. Like you could be 30 and a 6-year old could like you, or you could be 35 or 40 and a 20-year-old could be attracted to you because you just have, I don't know, there's something about you. There's just this energy about you that they like. Um, it's just your like your youthfulness even, like your free flowing, like youthful energy. Thin, petite. So men really love how thin and petite you are, if that is the case, and clean and put together. So you take care of yourself. You're clean. Okay. So that I think is what I have for you. I kind of feel like I want to pull just one more card, just like a final message, and I want to pull the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you are a change in people's lives. Like men like how once you stir up their lives, you change their lives. Um, let's just get one more final card for what do men like about pile three. The tower. What did I just say? Yes. You are like a freaking tower in their life. Honestly though, I think like sexually they okay, this might be I don't know. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Definitely it could be like, and then we also have Page of Pentacles here. So this could definitely be like a lot of, especially younger people attracted to you, like younger men who are attracted to you. I don't know. You're just maybe you if maybe they feel like you have something to offer them or to give them, like you have this wisdom that like or something about you that they just find very like intriguing. But with the tower, I just feel like you give people very good orgasms. There, I'm just gonna say it. Like when you having sex with people, I feel like these men have just the best like experience with you and the best like climax or whatever. Just a lot of fire and passion that you bring into their lives, a lot of change, a lot of unexpected sudden change. You stir up people's lives, like you shake up their world. You kind of come in like just yeah, you shake it up in some way, to a point where like they're very interested and they develop feelings for you because it's just so different and unique and yeah, you do something to them. You definitely are unforgettable. You definitely unforgettable, and you're definitely one of those people who they have regrets over later. That like, man, I should have done more. I should have done better because like they were like a solid person. So they definitely miss you. With the people that date you and then you guys don't date anymore, they do like miss you after. Like you have that kind of energy. Um, Okay, so that is your reading pile 3 for What Do Men Love About You. I hope that that resonated and that you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd love it if you liked, commented, and subscribed to my channel. And I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.